Hello and welcome back to Scarlet Chaos. And yeah, last time was eventful. Our team is a bit beaten up now, but unfortunately the wheel decided we had to hunt a shiny. So we're mid-shiny hunt at the minute. And we're going to get on with it because I have I think I have half an hour left Pokemon Centers again. Wait, I didn't open up my the bans and the rules on them. So Pokemon Centers are allowed again. We're kind of just ping-ponging with Pokemon Centers at the minute. Which, to be honest, I'm fine with. Not healing isn't a huge deal in this game because of how much items you can just find on the floor. But yeah, we're gonna just crack on straight away. Because I think this outbreak runs out in 30 minutes. If we get lucky, we can find a shiny here. If not, we'll have to go find another outbreak after the daily reset, which is kind of the price I pay for streaming at night. I just saw pink and was like, oh, it's there. But it was it's a Gligar. I wouldn't be unhappy if we don't get Jangmo-o, because we do already have 2 dragons on the team at the moment. So some more, I mean a fire type would be amazing. But yesterday's outbreaks were not great. This was kind of the best one I found. So for now, we will stick it out. See if we get lucky. Tandemaus. Oh, imagine if we hunted a Tandemaus. Oops, I did that a lot yesterday as well. But yeah, I guess for once I'm actually going to be ahead because I've lost. I had a massive buffer on YouTube uploads for a while. With like multiple playthroughs of games going on at once. And then we were doing Slay the Spire as well off stream as an extra recording. But yeah, there's like so much going on at the minute that I just don't have. I don't have as much time to do it. So we've eaten the entire buffer now. Everything is finished that was uploading. Which is kind of sad. I was enjoying having a constant stream of stuff, but such is life. For now, it's just this going up every Friday, ideally. And yeah, yesterday's one will be going up tomorrow. So that means this one will be like a week from now. So I'm going to keep saying yesterday, but for anyone watching on YouTube, this is a week later. But hopefully we get moved to the new house soon. And then I want to get back into the swing of some more YouTube stuff. I want to do some more like edited, recorded stuff. We did the baby Pokemon, not baby Pokemon, the basic Pokemon no evolution run of Red last year. That was really fun. I enjoyed making that. And I enjoyed writing the script as well, so I think we will definitely do Gold and Silver as like one of the first things we do after I've moved house. But what I might do this time is just stream the playthrough, because it was quite difficult to both play enough of the game and then do the script and the editing in a week. Because I think we uploaded it over 4 weeks. So if I just stream the playthrough, I can wait until the end and just record the bits I need as we're going. And... oh, I saw pink again. And then... no. And then once it's finished on Twitch, I can go through and take my time, edit everything, get all of the parts ready. I imagine it'll be 8 or 9 parts with gold and silver, because you have Kanto as well. Not that Kanto's a huge deal, but I mean, we'll be playing with basic Pokemon, so it probably will be a bit dangerous. Hey Scarlet, how's it going? We're not allowed to face the AI overlord until we have caught a shiny. And this is the outbreak we were doing last night. So I think it has got like 30 minutes left, so we'll just finish it off and then go somewhere else if we haven't got it. I was just talking about what I'm gonna do after I've moved house. I think I'm going to do gold and silver with no evolutions, like I did with red and blue on YouTube. But I think this time I'm just going to stream the playthrough and then record the bits I need and then edit it after we're done. So there's less pressure to like do it all in a week. And then I think the other things I want to start after we move is Final Fantasy 1, I want to actually finish that. I played it a couple of years ago and got stuck. Because it's an old styley game that doesn't give you a million hints along the way. So I didn't really know what I was meant to do. The old ones look terrible? No, they don't. Como is great. And then after Final Fantasy, I think we'll do Cyber Sleuth, because that's been on the list for a while. And then maybe we'll do another playthrough of Ruined King, just to get that last achievement that I didn't get, because I played on the wrong difficulty. And then I did want to do some more, not some more, but I did want to do some Pokemon TCG stuff for YouTube as well. But we'll have to see how it goes. The shiny ones look bad. The shiny evolutions, yeah, I suppose I can give you that. I don't think we're going to get it before the reset, to be fair, because we have no sandwiches. We've got no herbs, because we can't do 5 stars yet. So we got really lucky before, because it was the events when we were doing shiny hunts in the beginning of the game, and they have boosted shiny chances. But there isn't one on at the minute, so we just gotta pray. Hit you up when we're doing Final Fantasy 9. I guess that'll be in like... I mean, I'm not quick at games, am I? So maybe 2032 we'll be on to Final Fantasy 9. Oh, come on. Final Fantasy 9 is where the Aiko is from. I don't really know what the Aiko is. There's a frog guy with a spoon. Oh, Vivi? Okay, I know who Vivi is. I guess, like, weirdly doing World of Final Fantasy first will give me a somewhat of an idea of who people are when I play the other games, which is kind of cool. Oh, the purple haired girl on the bridge was called Aiko. Yeah, you're right. World of Final Fantasy was so good. I really enjoyed it. I think the last session of that went up on YouTube like 2 weeks ago, which is crazy because we finished it like 2 months ago. It was like 30 odd parts in the end. There's a dragoon in 9 too. It'll be interesting to see when they added the different classes. Because there's only like 6 classes in 1, I think. 6 or 8. I think my mistake in the playthrough I did before where I got stuck is I took a white mage and a black mage, and it seems like just having a red mage is way better. You don't think 9 properly uses the job system? I can't even remember which ones are which. I think I have 13 on Steam as well as 1. And then obviously 14. Like 10 when they didn't use jobs. 11 is the one with lightning, right? That's 13. Okay, yeah, I think I've got 13 on Steam. I think it's the kind of thing where it'd be a reasonable aim for me to just do 1 Final Fantasy a year until I've done them all. Just because it's gonna take me ages. And we already have like a fair chunk of time each year taken up by Pokemon. Eleven had the bunny girl, the Viera. I don't think I've seen a Viera character outside of 14. I've never had it happen to me, but I dread to think how many people in this game have had like a shiny spawn on the screen, but it's running away from them and it runs out of spawn range and despawns. That must be awful. 11 was the old MMO. Yeah, you're right. My old housemate used to play 11. 11 sounds intriguing as a game. Like the way it worked with being able to lose experience and stuff. Alright, I'm bored of picnic strats, let's run around. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to actually shiny hunt for tonight, it's kind of hurt my eyes. Oh, I know why it is. It's the light. Hang on a minute. There we go. I have an LED color changing light bulb thing. I have 2 of them in my office. And I was messing around with the colors earlier on, and it was on like this awful green. You've never met a guy playing a female Viera. I think a lot of people won't admit to it. I used to get a lot of because I've played WoW for so many years. I've got like tons of different characters, and you end up just making male and female characters for a change after a while. And I had tons of people think that I was a girl when I was playing the female characters, and I just never bothered to correct them. I was in a raiding guild on a female character for a while, and it was like a reasonably serious raiding guild. And I was quite content to just show up, hop into Discord and listen to instructions and not really get involved too much. Do my bit, and then leave. I was perfectly fine doing that for ages. And then we ended up having some fights where the healers needed to actually coordinate things with each other. So I had to start talking, because there was actually a reason for me to talk. I think it's really good when you have a guild like that where people respect that you don't need to be talking all the time. You can just concentrate and let the people who are giving instructions talk. I'd been raiding with them for like 2 months on a female character, and none of them knew I was a dude. Most of the guys play Makote or the dragon people. I think my Final Fantasy character is a dragon lady at the moment. I think I've changed it every single time they've given me a Fantasia, and that was just the last one I did that I've liked the most so far. I find the Final Fantasy XIV models a bit weird for some of the races and some of the genders. Because I played a male Makote originally, and they run really weird. I wasn't a huge fan of the rigging on the model. So I ended up switching to female Makote, because I liked the Makotes, I just didn't hugely like the male's animations. And then I've like cycled through a bunch. You changed to a male Viera. I can't imagine what a male Viera looks like. You liked Makote, but they have some... Yeah, exactly. The male Makotes do have weird animations, don't they? It's like, after they updated the models in WoW, male Night Elves animations are just awful. This is the point where if I was a big streamer, I'd have tons of people hating on me for saying things like that. I love my Night Elf. I love my Makote. I must get so annoying for like big streamers. Pretty much everything they say, someone is going to disagree. We should grab at the watts, seeing as it's right here. It's not watts in this game, is it? It's league points. The reason you wanted to play Makote is you wanted a roguish vibe. I could see that. I've not ever known anyone who I've played 14 with who's wanted to be a Rogadin. They're the big guys, right, Rogadin? I think that's what they're called. I've never known anyone choose them. But you see tons of them, so some people must like them. Oh, we've missed a spin as well, hang on. I got so in the zone with shiny hunting. They're a special breed. Come on, give us a move slot, please. Oh my god. If this is Dragonite... Slot 2. I think that's Belly Bolt. That is Belly Bolt. That's really annoying. I think that he was our only electric type. Alright, let's bring in Nimona. I do like Rev Room. It's really weird. I hated it as a Pokemon in the game. I love it since I've played the TCG with it. I think there are a lot of Pokemon and characters that I've grown a lot of appreciation for as I've gotten more into the TCG. Ask a rogue player to be serious for even 5 seconds, they can't. I've never done any like serious stuff on Final Fantasy. I mostly just play solo. And I loved the fact they added the dungeons with the Scions in Shadowbringers. I did all my dungeons with the Scions because I just didn't really want to play with people. Usually the first to show up in some really weird outlandish transmog. Yeah, even transmog and stuff, it's... I don't know, I always just treat 14 like an RPG, not an MMO. I think it's a great RPG, I don't think it's a brilliant MMO. Admittedly, I haven't played it much in years, so maybe it is better now. But my peak was like late Heavensward until late Shadowbringers. And I don't know, it just the MMO aspect of it just never seemed very fun compared to other games. Alright, I think we have about 10 minutes before these disappear. And then we'll have to go hunt something else. I'm not hugely against this taking a while though, because it would really help to unlock some move slots. But then I guess we run the risk of having to like release and wonder trade even more Pokemon. So it's a double-edged sword. The longer this takes, the more of our team we might lose. I feel like doing content with people was massively improved over WoW. I didn't, and I don't know why. Like I can't even explain why, but I just never really enjoyed doing roulettes in 14. But I could do Dungeon Finder and WoW all day. You blame the DPS add-ons? Oh, for people being standoffish in WoW, yeah. There were always so many people who never really looked past DPS add-ons. And it's the same now with logs in WoW. Like, people will actively do things that are detrimental to your chance of succeeding just to get a good pass. It's so stupid. Maybe people hostile to someone who's maybe underperforming a little. It's not even just that, like a lot of the time you'd have the people who were like, yeah, I'm the best DPS, but they never do any of the mechanics or anything like that. Their entire job is literally to just do their rotation as well as they can. And then you'd have like the odd raids where you'd have more of the good people show up. not the good DPS, like the actual good players. So you'd have people who would normally be doing mechanics would be free to just focus on DPS, and they'd slaughter the people who are obsessed with how much damage they're doing. It's hilarious. It's like, yeah, you thought you were good, but in reality, we're all doing a lot more things than you are. That's why you're doing more damage. The other thing with passing is that for the majority of the content, it's just completely unnecessary. You do rotation while doing mechanics. It's not just that though, like some mechanics in some raids actually stop you from doing your rotation or from doing damage for a while. Or like there's phases of the fights where certain people have to move to certain places. So then you don't get to do your big AoEs on the big group of ads that spawn because you're off on the other side of the arena doing something. There was quite a lot of that in Jaina Proudmoore's fight in... Was it Battle of Dazar or whatever it was called, the Troll City. You fight Jaina at the end of it if you're a Horde player, I think, and then you fight Nathanos if you're an Alliance player, I think. And I was playing Horde at the time. And that arena is massive. So you're never always going to be in range of everything because the group has to do various things during the phases. Yeah, exactly. When mechanics drag you away from the boss, your rip falls off. Exactly. That kind of stuff. And a lot of the time the players who do those mechanics and take the DPS losses are actually better than the players who have like the gold passes or whatever. You even get people who will like stand in damaging effects on purpose to pad out their own healing passes and things like that. It was hilarious playing a healer because you'd always tell who was trying to just get as high healing per second on like the meters and stuff, because they're always out of mana halfway through the fight, and then you've got to just carry the rest of the fight because you've been playing conservatively. Because there's no point healing people that are at full health, and like overhealing as well. That's a big one. On the DPS add-ons, there's always a heals per second section, and then there's an overhealing section. If you always see the guy who's like, oh, I'm doing the most healing, I'm amazing, and then you look at overhealing and he's overhealed like 80% of his healing, so it's just wasted mana. You try to hold 5 combo points if you can. Having 5 combo points when you change targets is always quite good on Rogue or Druid though, isn't it? Because it means you can get going on the next target so much better. Healing's great in 14. I agree. I really enjoy healing in 14. I haven't played any of the newer healing classes in 14 yet. But wasn't one of them meant to be like a damage-based healer? I can't remember what the classes were. Astrologian was the cards, and then there was another one, wasn't there? I think the idea was that you did damage to heal. Is that Sage? Yeah, I know they all do damage, but like Atonement Priest. Sage does a lot of healing via damage. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Because Atonement Priest in Cataclysm is like my favorite healing ever. Because once you got the hang of how the fights worked and you had a good enough set of gear, you never had to cast a healing spell. you could heal everyone purely through damage. It was great. They shoot lasers? What? How long we got? 2 minutes, I think, till these guys go. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to hunt something else. Oh, come on. Gotta spin the wheel again now. Watch us have like one team member left by the time we actually find a shiny. Who's your favorite healer in the game? I'll have to try it because it sounds like exactly what I like from Priest in WoW. New Discipline Priest is alright, but the Cataclysm one was amazing. I loved it. I just wish I had time for MMOs now. It's so difficult to actually fit them in. The only MMO that I can... Oh, there you go, they're gone. The only MMO that I'm still playing is Star Trek Online, and that's purely because I can play it for like half an hour a day and still make decent amounts of progress. Because it's like the thing with games like WoW, if you're only playing for short periods a day, it's really jarring because you'll pick up like 5 quests, you'll go around and do those 5 quests, and then that's it. That's your entire day's playtime. With Star Trek Online, it's divided up into episodes, like it's part of the show or whatever. So you can literally just play an episode and it's a self-contained story that it goes from start to finish in like half an hour to an hour. So it's really good for like bite-sized content. You felt like Scholar was on the weaker end of healers? I did play Scholar. I played more Summoner than Scholar, but I did enjoy Scholar. The pets were awesome. Scholar seemed really rewarding if you got good at controlling your pets. Favorite tanks were Warrior and Gunbreaker. I've never played tank in 14. I started off as a White Mage. I love White Mage, it's great. I've played Summoner and Scholar, Monk, and I think, oh yeah, Dancer is the other one. And then I've leveled Archer a fair bit, but not tons. Is this a Slugma outbreak? I feel like this is a Slugma outbreak. My cargo is terrible. Did you see what the pop-up was? Because there's a lot of spoinks here as well. Ooh, Pawnyard. We have got 2 steel types on the team now, though. Wait, there's really only 2 outbreaks here today? That's weird. Pig. Hoppip. Hariyama. I'm down. Let's go do Hariyama. encounter one of each and you're not... You just have to encounter them, you don't have to catch them. I thought they had to be in your decks as like a catch for them to show up on the map. Right, where is this? Up there. I think Hariyama will be a decent add. It's tanky, it's fighting. We have like no fighting types. It's evolved already, so it should be fairly high level. Like at least 30 you'd expect. Oh, is it inside the cave? Where actually is this outbreak? I can't remember. Yeah, I think that might be in the cave. Alright, we'll fly here instead then. Toxtricity also might not be a terrible shout, seeing as we just had to release Bellybolt. But we do have poison from Revavroom, don't we? So let's go for the Hariyama for now. Oh, this is where the Toxtricities are as well. Apparently. Although I can't see them. Warriors can easily solo some bosses up to a point. You mean like dungeons? That's pretty cool. I don't actually know where this outbreak is. What else is there? I don't know if you can hear the pigs. They're going a bit nuts right now. It's on the ridge? On top? Okay. So... this way? Oh, is it up there? I completely forgot this part of the map exists. Okay. Well, yeah, these should be like level 40, level 50 then. This should be an ideal catch. Warriors have so much sustain, they can soak a boss without healing for quite a while. I like it when tanks are designed like that because it rewards being good at playing them. I did tank for quite a while in WoW. But yeah, I've never done it in Final Fantasy. Impact, that's ideal. Is it here? Wait, where are they? I feel like this one is in the wall. Man, that's annoying. This is like a cave somewhere that I'm not seeing. Alright, I guess we could go see what this is. Water types are not banned, but our only water type is fighting type, so we can't use it. Oh yeah, we need to spin the wheel as well, I forgot. We're nearly up to like 1:15. Come on. Slot 4. That is Metagross. Well, we never used it, but now it's going. Alright, instead then we'll bring in... Hef's gonna wonder what happened, I know. This is why I don't mind stalling a bit. If permadeath is turned on, and I think we're gonna die, because it's not like it's free. We can still lose all of our Pokemon. Where am I even going? Why is half the team gone? If we genuinely get to the point where no team members are left, I will just probably get rid of the banned types. Barrascuda. Oh, I'm not doing Barrascuda, that's going to be horrendous. Alright, Hoppip it is. Hoppip's easy. This might actually take a couple of sessions to find a shiny. All water shinies are awful. The ones in the lake are alright, depending on the Pokemon. This is it, right? Where's the notification? Because I've done a lot of, what's it called? Item finder thingy in the lake. And I found so many shinies on that lake just wandering around. Right, I guess we've had the notification. Sure, whatever. Okay. Go nuts, Dragonite. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant by it depends on the Pokemon, because like Dondozo is not a big deal to hunt on the lake, even though it is underwater, because it's so obvious. Dragonair really stands out, Dratini as well. But something like Slowpoke, that would be awful, yeah. Dragonite got stuck. That's 20. Most water Pokemon, they're shiny is what they look like underwater. Yeah, that's true. A lot of them are really bad. Alright, this will be 30 after he kills a pig. The one that I really enjoyed hunting, actually, that was a water one, was quillfish. I don't know why, I just really enjoyed hunting quillfish. You still need to activate one trap on Master Duel. I think when they get negated, it also doesn't count, right? Because I have that terrible... 39, that will be 40. I have that terrible loads of traps and alternate win conditions deck that I play when I get the trap quest, usually. And a lot of the time the trap holes and stuff get negated, and I don't think they count either. Oh wow, we leveled up from killing hoppips. I think that's 50. $52. 53. 54. 55. 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60, and we'll let him kill a few more just to be sure. The first thing I'm doing when shops get unbanned is going and buying a ton of ingredients, so that we can do type sandwiches. We can do the level 2 ones at least. Alright, let's do picnic hunting here. Yeah, I want to get back into Master Duel a bit more, but I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. Like, we have a million things going on at the moment with moving and whatnot. I'm just so tired at the moment, in general. I'm finding it quite hard to, like, stay on top of things like Yu-Gi-Oh! And other games. Pretty much all I'm playing at the minute is... I'll do, like, my daily stuff on Star Trek Online. If I'm in the mood, I'll do, like, a couple of episodes on it. And then I do my dailies in the Pokemon TCG because I just want to play test my decks for IRL play. And then I'll stream some Pokemon, and that's like it. Even like on Steam Deck in bed, I just can't be bothered. I want to finish Spyro, that's my off-stream game that I've played recently. I'm like, I've done everything in Spyro 1. It's like the trilogy remake. And then I got to the second homeworld in Spyro 2, and I've just stopped completely. And then there's like a really, I don't know how to even describe it. It's like a roguelike, but it's pixel art. It's called Wizard of Legend that I play sometimes, and I'm terrible at it. Like, I suck at it. But even that, I usually start it up, start a run, die once, and then turn it off. I have still been trying to watch the Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals though. I think there was one last weekend, I need to check. Fletchling. Come on, give me the green Hoppip. Oh yeah, so I don't know exactly when you stopped playing Pokemon TCG. Did you ever see Pidgeot control while you were playing? You didn't? So the idea is basically Pidgeot's quick search for whatever you need every turn, with a bunch of annoying stuff like Cloth discards an energy when it's attacked, Mimikyu obviously, some of them run Snorlax, the block Snorlax, they run like Mawile that has Tempting Trap, which stops the opponent from switching next turn. And then they run all the annoying cards that rip cards out of your hand and mess with your board and whatnot. And it's just full-on control deck. And it's got to the point now where it's winning tournaments. It's actually ridiculous how good this deck is. It sounds miserable. It's not as miserable as it sounds. Like, Snorlax Stall is a lot more miserable to play against. There's a guy who plays Pidgeot at our locals, and I've been matched into him 2 weeks in a row now. And the first week, it wasn't super close, but the last time I played him, we actually had a really good game that lasted 40 minutes. And if I'd had one more Jet Energy, which was in my original list, but I didn't have the card in real life to run it, so I was only running one IRL. If I'd had the second Jet Energy, I would have beat him. And we didn't even bother playing game 2 because game 1 took so long. The best deck you ever played was Guard. Guard's still really good. It's just different now. Like, you don't use big single prize attack. You use like Zacian and the Brainwave. Was it Brainwave Gardevoir? You just use different attackers now. It plays slightly different, but it's still mostly the same. Would floor you most games. See, New Guard actually is okay into control because they use Screamtail, which can attack the bench. So you can just pick off the Pidgeot over and over again. It's the same with Miraidon. Like, when the rotation happened, people completely wrote off Guard and Miraidon, and Guard is still fine. Like, it's even post-rotation, immediately it was still top 8ing tournaments. And Miraidon's making a comeback now as well. The thing that was stopping Miraidon was just everyone was playing Charizard. Guard's a single prize stage 2. That wouldn't have mattered into control so much because they don't often care about prize cards. The thing they want to do is just to get you to the point where they can boss something to the active that you can't get out. So against Gardevoir, it would probably be like a Mawile trap. I hate Charizard. It's absurd how blatant favoritism it got. I don't mind so much because Charizard has never had a good deck, really. At least not in like recent memory, as far as I'm aware of. The Charizards have always just been whatever. I think Charizard and Reshiram was the last time Charizard was good, the tag team card. So I'm fine with there being a good Charizard. And it's falling off now anyway. Like, Dragapult eats it alive. Wasn't Megazard good? I don't know, that's a bit further back, isn't it? I'm not sure that far back. But like, I don't think any of the Sword and Shield era Charizards were any good. I don't think the standalone Sun and Moon Charizards saw a ton of play. I might be wrong about that. One has just enough HP to not be a 2-hit KO from any of your stuff. The fun thing with Charizard now is it's running Hero's Cape as its ace spec, which gives it an extra 100 HP sometimes. And when they put a Hero's Cape on a Charizard, you just kind of cry. Then again, I played against Charizard at the locals on Sunday and beat it. It's fine. It's kind of interesting once you get over it being giant and hitting hard to play against, because you really have to plan out when you're going to attack and make sure that you're able to clean up the game before he gets out of hand. I was playing Incineroar this weekend, and Incineroar is also 330 HP, so I was able to maneuver like health totals to the point where he could take one knockout, but then I would always win the game the next turn. Chomp really struggles with that. Yeah, Garchomp has never been amazing, to be honest. That was the one you like most. I think that's my biggest problem with TCGs in general, is like you never really get to play the things you want the most unless you're really lucky. And it just happens to be good. Like, I'm playing at the minute in Pokemon a single prize future list. And it's so much fun, and it does have decent play against all of the meta decks. But it's not as strong as the meta deck. So sometimes you just lose, and there's not a huge amount you can do about it. I've missed like another spin. I'm just going to wait till half past and do 2 spins. It's really hard to keep track of time when you're shiny hunting. Miraidon is popular, you lose every time, and if Charizard is popular, you can win, but it's extremely unlikely. Well, yeah, there you go. Those two are kind of two of the most dominant decks of the last year. Especially on Live. Like, Live seems to favour the easy-to-play decks. I've already been against a few Dragapults who have just completely screwed the game up on their own. And then been absolutely slaughtered by the ones that know what they're doing. But I guess you also quit before Ace Specs, didn't you? So, like, how much damage were you usually short of killing a Charizard? Because one of the Ace Specs is just plus 50 damage to EXs. So that brings him down to 280 health, which is the same as a V-Star. Garchomp was incredible into Lost Zone. You did have Ace Specs. Oh. Didn't think that one existed. Max Belt was in Temporal Forces batch 1. Temporal Forces was when the rotation happened, but I think on Live the set came out a couple of weeks before rotation, whereas in real life the set was legal after rotation. I think. Or like, it was a really weird overlap, because Live gets the new cards early compared to IRL play. So the timings get a bit weird. But yeah, Max Belt was one of the original ones from the first set that had them. So that can make it a lot more manageable. I need to get a max belt for my Incineroar list because the Incineroar EX hits for 240 and burns them, so it's effectively 260. And Pidgeot has 280 health. Just being able to kill Pidgeot would make a massive difference. It would leave Charizard on 20, so if you can get a little bit of chip damage on it, you can kill it. Leave Dragapult on 10. The only reason is probably Guard was untouched, so he kept on doing that. Yeah. It is good when you find a deck you like. That's the problem I've had with Yu-Gi-Oh! Recently. Like, nothing I enjoy playing is very good. Like, if I could make Sue ships better and actually... Not, like, top tier, obviously, but good enough to, like, win games a reasonable amount, I would happily just play Sue ships all the time. But it just loses to Ash Blossom. So hard. Really, I need to just buckle down and get some gems and then build the Memento deck, because from what I've seen, it gets better as time goes on as well. And is actually like a reasonably good meta deck. You hate Ash in Snake Eyes format, yeah. I started cutting Ash from lists quite a while ago. It just isn't good enough into most of the new stuff they bring out anymore. But you must play it for bug. I mean, there are other ways to stop bug. Some decks take it worse than others. That's, yeah, like some decks do, but I can't really think of a time in the last 6 months where I feel like, oh yeah, I won the game because I ashed the right thing. Most of the time you ash something and then they just immediately move on to the next part of whatever they're doing. Yeah, exactly. Oh no, anyway. I've also found within the decks where I've not played Ash Blossom, I've not really missed it. Like I don't think I have any Ash Blossoms in the Mekanko Dogmatica list that I made. And I was having tons of fun playing that and actually winning games against meta with that list. And I don't think I had any Ash Blossoms in that. I don't think I had any hand traps in that. I think I just had a couple of board breakers and then just did things. Salamangreat is just one of those decks where they play a lot of hand traps. Same for Marincess. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of went off Marincess after I played it IRL for a bit and still got slaughtered. Like, no amount of hand traps in the world was helping. I just found that half the time you draw nothing but hand traps and can't play the game, but you can stop them for a couple of turns. Or you draw no hand traps and all Marincess cards, and it's just terrible. during the Link Reg event. He didn't even summon Argonaut. Yeah, Marbled Rock is fine. As a boss monster. Oh, Bubble Reef. Yeah, Bubble Reef's good as well. Oh my god, give me a shiny now, please. I said yesterday, when we get to Blueberry, I was thinking about changing the wheel up a bit and putting Catch a Shiny back onto the main wheel. I'm reconsidering that choice now. Alright, it's gone half past. We've missed 2 spins, so we'll do them both now. Catch a Pokemon. If this is shiny, I'm gonna cry. Stage 2. Okay, so a fully evolved Pokemon we need to catch. And then the half 12 spin. Unbanned TMs. TMs were banned. We can actually learn moves again completely now. So I guess we could go into Area 0 and catch something that's fully evolved. I can't remember exactly what's in there. But we need to do that after we catch a shiny. I'm probably gonna need to make a list on the notepad of what my tasks are. The Link Reg event was a test of patience. Not the one that's just been, the one that was just Links. I don't even know if I played in that one. And it's going to be Duelist Cup again next, isn't it? Probably. I think they just do a terrible job of incentivizing me to care about playing Master Duel. WCS next month? Yeah, that's going to be awful. Maybe I should just do the next part of Legacy of the Duelist. I think that's the biggest problem with online simulators in general. Like, they're all just, here's a ranked ladder. And I don't find that nearly as fun as some of the games that they've replaced with the modern simulators, which had actual other things you can do in them. Hearthstone actually is really great for it. There's so much different stuff in Hearthstone you can play, not just here's a ranked ladder. Legacy of the Duelist had like draft modes and stuff in it. That's awesome. The old Pokemon client had like a story mode thing in it where you played against AIs with theme decks. That was really fun. And it had tournaments as well. You could play like tournaments in the old Pokemon client. And there was expanded standard and theme deck formats. So you could play theme deck tournaments where everyone was on roughly an even power level and you didn't need the super meta cards. It was so much fun. Hearthstone's menu UI comes from the Stone Ages. For the not in-game bit? Really? Hearthstone's UI is actually a really, really cleverly made interface. Oh, the shop. I don't care about the shop. The shop didn't exist when I played Hearthstone. But the way their UI is designed to look like a box placed on top of the table and stuff. Like, it's so well made. But yeah, I have no idea about the shop. I don't use the shop. Oh, come on. Are we really gonna spend a whole session just shiny hunting? We are shunting, shiny hunting helicopter leaf Kirby. We're doing the Wheel of Chaos, so we have to spin every 15 minutes and do what it says. We want to go and fight the robot professor, but the wheel said no. Shunting. So until we find a shiny, we are not allowed to progress. And we don't have sandwiches because we haven't unlocked 5-star raids to get Herba Mysticas yet. So we are just praying, really. Oh, come on. That one looks like it's stuck in the ground. I think Hearthstone's menu used to be good, but Blizzard did a poor job adding to it. I think that's fair. It does have a lot of bloat now, having gone back to Hearthstone to play Battlegrounds recently. Like, there's a lot more stuff in it than there used to be. It used to be really slick because it was like ranked, arena, shop, collection, and then shop. And that was kind of it. You have a question? Go ahead. Why is Reverie named after Nimona? Because she just never stops. She's always chasing you, wanting battles. God, this bush is so annoying because you can't really see the ones in it. Don't get too attached though, we've already spun release a Pokemon twice tonight. Knowing my luck, Revavroom will be next. We haven't even used it yet in a battle. No, Salad, why? Alright, we'll spin the wheel. Oh, unban, ban a type. That could help a lot, actually. Which type are we going for? So currently, fighting, ghost, and grass are banned. So now we unban fighting and we ban bug instead. Okay. Let me update the thing. So fighting is allowed. That means we can get Poliwrath back out. Do we have any bugs on the team? We don't. Boratrus is banned. Yeah. You can come back, and that's it. I'm chucking Poliwrath on the team instead of Corviknight, I think. Not that it matters right now, but we also have to do a 15-minute spin in 1 minute. So watch Poliwrath get immediately released. Oops, wrong button. Now we can release him, yeah, exactly. What am I doing? Picnic. Hey, we might get Wonder Trade Poliwrath and get something amazing in response. Come on, you stupid plant. Be green, not pink. Alright, one more round. We'll do the 1/4 spin. Want to trade Poliwrath for a shiny Hoppip? I will cry if that happens. That would be so funny. Would we count it? I think it's worded catch a shiny, isn't it? So I have to actually find one. I can't just get one in a trade. Maybe one day we'll get one of our shinies from earlier in the playthrough back from Wonder Trade. That would be really cool. We get the Dunsparce back or something. Right, let's spin for 1/4. And then this will be the last one of tonight. So if you want to redeem any more, do it now. Banning Pokemon centers again. So in the last 2-day sessions, like today and yesterday, we have banned and unbanned Pokemon centers, I think 7 times. Oh, did you just redeem another one? Okay. Go. Unban switching, that's really good. Because we are about to fight the Professor. Well, I say about to. Soon. How many points have you got left, Salad? $170k. I can just see you waiting till just before we fight the Professor and just going ham with them. I should have just took the risk yesterday when you weren't here with permadeath turned on. Someone freaked out when you bet 30k on a prediction. That's not that much. I think I have about 70k on your channel. You have a little goblin that compels you to gamble. You should do more gambas on your stream. I love doing gambas. You have a gamble for real money. The only gambling for real money I've ever done is pretty much just for fun, like a $5 here and there. When I was a chef, I worked with a guy who was super into football, and we had like we did the stupid, it's not stupid, I shouldn't say that, fantasy dream team thing where you make your own team and then you get points based on how well they do in their matches and stuff. And some of those people got really mad because I know nothing about football. I don't care. I just picked people who sounded good. And I think I came like 3rd in the league of that. But then we also used to go over to, there was like a betting shop over the road from the pub that we worked in. And you can do, I think it's called an accumulator, where you just guess all the results of the games for like the day or the weekend or whatever. So we'd go over before the shift and just guess all the games. And I think one time I won like £200 on it for a £2 bet. Like the odds are stupidly unlikely for you to get everything right. But if you do, you get like a ton of money for nothing. And then I used to sometimes go and do like a $5 on the roulette. You know, like the machines that play it. And I used to nearly always walk away with more than I put in. But I always went in with like, I'm just going to do £5 for fun. And if I win, I win. Same with like scratch cards. Occasionally I'll grab a scratch card just for fun. Like a £2-3 scratch card. That's why I've got my Switch actually. I won. I worked in a newsagent and we sold them obviously. And I had like the money for a Switch, but I wasn't convinced because I knew the only thing I'd play on it was Pokemon, and it's a lot of money for a Pokemon machine. So I was with someone I worked with and I was like, okay, I'm going to buy a scratch card. If I win £20 on it or something, I'll go and buy a Switch. And I won £100. So it paid for half my Switch. Oh, come on. Give me a green one. I mean, if we don't get it, we might get some better outbreaks tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow. We'll see. Why you love Tears so much. It just lets you gamble. I do get it, to be fair. There is a... did you see the Future Ironthorns Pokemon card before you quit? You probably didn't. It's like 2 electric energies, and its attack is look at the top 5 cards of your deck. For each future you find, discard it and do 70 damage. So if you hit all 5, it does 350 damage. It's so much fun. Especially if you build a deck around it. Oh, you saw me play it, okay. Yeah, it's so much fun to play. I only have it as like a one-of in my current deck, because it is not reliable. Jeez, what is going on? It's great later on in the game though, when you can like curate your deck to be only a few specific cards left. You can basically guarantee it hitting for max damage. It's so funny. I did win a game against Charizard this week, I think it was, where I hit a max damage destruction press. Yeah. It'd be weird if we queued into each other on ladder. Oh, well, it looks like we are not getting a shiny Hoppip. You queued into an unhealthy amount of Lost Zone, even though apparently no one was playing it. Who told you no one was playing it? Was it me? I was wrong. Oh no, yeah, because you said you were constantly going against Lost Zone, and I was like, I never see it. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I legit haven't played against Lost Zone in like a month in TCG Live. I never see it. I've played against it more in real life than I have in online. And there's only one person... There's maybe 2 people who come to the shop who play it, but they aren't every week either. It's really annoying though, because I've played against the Lost Zone guy the 2 cups I've been to so far. And I was like, I really don't know how I win this matchup. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, because I never get to play against it online. And then I spent like 2 weeks trying to queue into it with a Spathra to try and learn the matchup better, and I just never find it. It's so annoying. And I can't play it myself. I just don't get what you're... Like, I understand how the deck works, and I understand what the goal is, but whenever I've tried to play it, I just end up milling my entire deck and losing. So I can't even play the matchup against myself because I'm not good enough at the deck to pilot it. I can play against myself playing against like Charizard or whatever, Chien Pao, because I can play those decks, but I can't do it with Lost Zone. You played more Lost Zone than you did tier during peak tier format. God, tier was everywhere. It was so bad. For me. Good for you. Alright, we got a few minutes left to try and find this guy. Oh, so this is an interesting one then, actually. Because you are more into Yu-Gi-Oh! Than other TCGs. What's your opinion on side decks? Because most of the time what seems to happen with side decks in like high-level play is game 1 will be whatever game 1 is. And then game 2 it's just like, okay, here's my floodgate. Now I win. And it doesn't even matter that they've like limited and banned a bunch of the floodgates, because people are just moving down the list. Yeah, it's always filled with floodgates and blowout board breakers. Exactly. So a lot of the time watching the regionals and stuff, it just feels like games 2 and 3 are always awful. Sometimes there's interesting side deck texts. I like the interesting side deck texts, which are I'm just gonna shift out my entire strategy into a different strategy because my engine is so small. That happened back in the... Oh yeah, the chain burn into... Yeah, smoke screen in game 2. Yeah, you're right. I really like those side decks. I think that's really cool. I'm less of a fan of here's 15 board breakers that I'm just going to shove in my deck because I know I'm going to go second. I'd be interested to see what Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be like playing best of 3 with outside decks. Because, like, having played a lot more Pokemon in real life now, you do sometimes have game ones where it just doesn't work out. Because it's the variance, isn't it, of a card game. Like, sometimes you are just going to draw the absolute worst hand and there's nothing you can do no matter how well you build your deck. And that obviously happens in Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. And I'd be interested to see how games 2 and 3 went in scenarios where that happened. Rather than, oh, I bricked game 1 and now you're siding in all your counters game 2. Like, it's not much of a best of 3. Alright, one more reset. Side deck is at its worst in a tier 0 format. Yeah, because your side deck can just be completely tailored to beat the tier 0 deck. Yeah, that is true. Alright, well, we made absolutely 0 progress today, which is great. But we had a good chat, so I still had fun. Tomorrow, I think we will actually do Legends Arceus. I know I said that yesterday, but I'm not doing 2 days in a row of shiny hunting. That's just awful. So we'll play something else tomorrow. For now, though, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.